This episode of After Dark is brought to you by Shutterstock. For 25% off your new account, head on over to Shutterstock.com and make sure to use the offer code Gamebreaker9 on your new account.
Gamebreaker TV.
What's up, everybody? I'm Mike Shavnit. Welcome to After Dark. It's me. Tonight, as usual, we're going to answer your guys' call. Thank you, everyone. Hello, and welcome to After Dark episode 50. Wow, we're coming up to a year. Holy cow. That's right. We're answering your questions live right now here on Gamebreaker After Dark, the show where you guys call in and ask us questions. Joining me like he does every week, Mr. Mike Byrne.
Howdy, sir. How are you?
I'm good, man. I want to know, what's it like? Do you enjoy being bitten? Word on the street is that you like being bit.
Only by certain people.
And whoa, it's like a whole different person. It's like a full body transformation. You guys loved him so much from last week. I don't know what we were thinking, but we decided to bring him on tonight's show. The one, the only, Zach Schultz, also known as Kiggles.
Yes, hello. I am now your new war chief. I am Severus Snape. You like the wig?
It's very Snape-ish. How's it going, man? How's it going?
Oh my god. It is lopsided. Fucking taking it off.
Wait, you just pulled your hair off, like without even trying. I'm a little concerned.
Yep.
All right, this is the show where you guys call in, ask your questions live, we field them, and really just talk about whatever the hell we want, because last week I guess someone called in about Diablo for like the third week in a row, and I don't think we still answered his question. So we just answer it however we want, but you know what? You guys can call in and ask whatever you guys want.
To be fair, they did fix the auction house today, right?
they did.
I mean, to be fair, totally fixed.
Oh yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna have any more problems with the auction house anymore.
Nope.
All right, so let's open up the lines and get a caller on the line to get this show started. Caller, you're on the line with Gamebreaker After Dark. Tell us your name, tell us where you're from, tell us your question. Heidi, howdy ho there.
Hey guys, it's Zista.
Zista. Finishing off last week, starting off this week.
Yeah. Yep.
How's GTA 5 treating you?
You sound tired. Are we on the back end of a stream here?
I am.
I'm pretty sure he's been streaming GTA 5.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm always up for being on the back end.
It's gonna be the show today, huh?
Yeah!
Like,
Figured it
After Dark
out!
is a whole new
Welcome
world.
to your Tuesdays!
Oh, welcome to everybody's new Tuesday nights. Back end of Grand Theft Auto. How's it treating you?
I'm enjoying it quite a bit. I love the 3-player toggle system. I think that's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great feature.
I like how lost you can get in it. I wound up playing golf, I think, for like 20 minutes, and it was just as enjoyable as the real game. So I'm loving Grand Theft Auto. But I'm sure you're not calling about Grand Theft Auto, unless you are.
I'm kind of calling about Grand Theft Auto, but not really. Not specifically.
So what do you got?
I was curious, with games like Grand Theft Auto now, open world games seem very prominent, and it's almost like linear games are completely lost. And I personally prefer a linear story as opposed to an open world one, though I am enjoying Grand Theft Auto as I stated. But it's problems where you can get lost, and doing side missions or playing golf or tennis or whatever for 6 hours, and you lose track of, like, I want to play through this, and I end up on all these side things and I don't even realize where the time went. I'm like only 40% through the story right now, coming off of a 24-hour live stream because of all the side quests and everything that I did.
I don't know. I guess the thing with me, I'm gonna pull a Kiggles real quick. I'm gonna disagree with
Uh-oh.
you and tell you all the reasons that you're wrong, but then at the same time I agree with you. So here's the thing. I can't, like, you gotta understand, if you just want the story, you don't have to do all these side things in Grand Theft Auto. They're optional. You can continue on the story. You don't have to focus on anything but the main storyline, and you can have that singular corridor of story development to get through the game as fast as possible. So I don't think it's fair to mark it down simply because there's too much to do, because that's just your own personal ADD that's getting in the way. Now,
Yeah, but it's hard when you have ADD. Oh, squirrel. Squirrel?
squirrel,
Squirrel?
squirrel. Here's the other thing that I would say, though, and this is where I was going to come back to say that I disagree with you, but I also agree with you. I can't play Elder Scrolls. I'll be perfectly honest. Haven't even touched Skyrim. And I know that's blasphemous. I know that's absolutely blasphemous as a gamer, but I've tried. I tried Morrowind, and I tried Oblivion. Both those games, I got caught in your exact scenario. I wandered off the beaten path. I got really lost in what the story was. I forgot where I was supposed to be going, and I never finished them. And because of that, I knew I wasn't going to be able to focus on Skyrim, and I never picked it up. I think Grand Theft Auto does a better job at leaving you breadcrumbs to keep you on the beaten path if you want to stay directed at the story, while still giving you a lot of sprinkles along the way for extra flavor to enhance your experience.
What is this? A freaking
I'm
Food
afraid for
Network?
one of my favorite.
Just sprinkles.
This is the
some
way
of
you
that.
make a game. You dash in a little bit of this, put some sprinkles on the top, give it a little bit of flavor. Look, there's only a few companies that can do open world well. Rockstar happens to be one of those companies.
Yeah, Rockstar
Bethesda
definitely
/
is.
ZeniMax happens to be another one of those companies. BioWare, to some extent, happens to be one of those companies. I don't think, Zix, to your point, I don't think we're going to see I don't think we're seeing as much less linear titles as you might be thinking right now on 24-hour sleep deprivation. We've seen some killer, relatively linear titles in the last couple of months, and The Last of Us springs to mind immediately, which was, for all intents and purposes, a story that you took part in. The Walking Dead series, critical acclaim for that game, extremely linear. I think we're still going to have plenty of those experiences. The only drawback with Sandbox for me is that there's so few companies that do it right. There's an awful lot that do it really shitty, and those are the ones that you get lost in because you can't find anything because there weren't enough sprinkles and mixes and batches of sugar and things like whatever else Chef needs in his little recipe of Sandbox there. But I wouldn't worry about it. You're going to be fine. We're going to have plenty of linear titles. Kiggles is raising his hand, so you got something there, sir?
Yeah, isn't the point to, kill hookers and take their money? I didn't. I mean,
that's the narrative. That's the only narrative.
That's the only
right.
story.
FBs make money. Isn't that the pretty much the gist? I mean, you're wrong, Zista.
See, I'm concerned. One of my favorite linear stories franchises is Metal Gear Solid, and that's going open world for the next title, and I'm concerned.
If you think Kojima's gonna do anything less than a cinematic 8-hour movie, you're wrong. There's no, even though it's open world, I guarantee you that's going to be one of the tightest cinematic video game experiences.
I'm not looking for that to be anywhere near a Grand Theft Auto title as far as open world goes. I do think it's funny though on this question that Shaftnet said he was going to pull a Kiggles and tell you why you were wrong and then agree with you, while both Kiggles and I were like, "Screw it, you're wrong."
Well, see, now, Shaftnet, what do you consider a game like Kingdom Hearts, which has a very linear story, but it has options with a few of the worlds you can go? Is that more of a linear game to you?
The perfect mix of an open world RPG. Look back, a lot of people had problems with Final Fantasy 13 because it was a game on rails, as people call it. It was just a
Oh my
corridor.
god, do not talk to me about that game. I hated that game, and I was so happy when it was over because it made me feel bad for being a Final Fantasy fan, honestly.
So here's the thing, though. Because I agree with you. I played that game and didn't really like the direction that it took it because I didn't feel like there was the choice of option to explore. But consider the fact, and we'll just bring up one of the most popular ones, Final Fantasy VII. When you get out of Midgar, where are you able to go? It feels like you're on the world map. It feels like you can go wherever you want. But in actuality, all the mountains around you eventually just siphon you to a singular cave to move the story forward. You don't actually have an open world experience. It just feels a lot more open. So
you're talking about life here. Said you're talking about life here now. You think you have a choice, but you really don't. You're just being herded like cattle to your death. You heard it first here, everyone. Cheers.
But that's the thing, is Kingdom Hearts and games like some of the earlier JRPGs, I feel like they were a perfect blend. I mean, it's all over the place. It's even exists in Zelda. You know, you in the one of the greatest games of all time, Zelda Ocarina of Time. Can you leave Kokiri Forest until you beat the Deku Tree dungeon? No, you can't. Can you move on? Can you? I don't even think you can go to Zora's domain to get the Zora's Sapphire before getting the Goron Rupee. Or Ruby. It's all linear. It's just disguised a little bit better. And I think that Kingdom Hearts and games like it do a good job of disguising that. And we're in a little bit of trouble, at least with the JRPG genre, where they're not blurring those lines anymore. And we saw that with Final Fantasy.
I have a question about that, though. Do you care? Is the story engrossing enough to where you don't care yet that you can go do whatever the hell you want?
Wait, say
the
that
answer
again?
is no. Is the story in the beginning engrossing enough to where you could give 2 Fs if you can go do whatever you want?
That's kind of what Grand Theft Auto does, though, isn't it? Zista, wouldn't you say? Because really, from the start, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah. Well, you got to do the very first mission, but after that mission is over, then you. But
I think within like the first 10 minutes, I literally grabbed a car, drove up to the Vinewood sign, and then drove off into the countryside. I didn't follow any of the story missions for about 20 or 30 minutes.
Well, with the exception of the opening bank heist, like
right,
that's how it starts. You can't.
Spoilers.
So.
Oh my god.
So I don't know. I think
I'll
it's
never play. Thank you.
I think that the thing is here is bringing it back to Grand Theft Auto. What at least Grand Theft Auto 5 is doing a really good job of doing is giving you a very clear identification as to where you need to go to keep the story progressing. It does a really good job of presenting a lot of options for you to go do other things.
And even the story itself has options.
Because map marking to make sure you know where to go when you need to is such a novel concept that Rockstar does so well.
Oh, not saying it's. I mean, it's
a push pin on a freaking map. Come on.
But I'm just saying
that. I love the way they leave some sprinkles and let's Paula Deen this up and put a shitload of butter in it because it's just delicious. Mix them all up. They're really good at making sure you know where to go. Yeah, by putting a big push pin right in a mini map. This isn't that hard. Come on. Zix, I love you. You're wrong. There's going to be plenty of linear games. Don't worry about it. And Vader is Luke's father. Son of a chat. I hate you.
My question wasn't so much are they going away. My question was which one you guys preferred.
Over what? Linear, non-linear?
Love them both. But it's a different, what do I feel like playing that night?
Kiggles, which one do you prefer, linear or non-linear?
Yes.
Actually, a mixture of the two, like the Kingdom Hearts formula, where it's a linear story, but you have a few different options for the main story, and you kind of do some side stuff whenever you want, but it's not like... The side stuff is, like, you can only do it after certain parts of the story mission are over, like... Neverland boss you can only do once you've pretty much gotten through the entire game. That kind of stuff.
But isn't that why we liked Final Fantasy 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? Isn't that why they were great? Because, I mean, the storyline was great. But at some point, you can go do whatever the hell you want. You wanted to go get all the Espers? Sure, go do that in Final Fantasy 6. You want to go get all the materia? Sure. Oh, by the way, Aerith dies.
Rude! Byrne's done. You just killed one of our
We've already
hosts.
spoiled all of the games.
Yeah, you got no reason to go play any game ever again. We ruined Zelda. We ruined Grand Theft Auto. We ruined Final Fantasy. You just
I can't play
Wait,
anything. when
Link
we're
saves
done.
Zelda?
Huh?
Link
Zelda's a
saved
girl.
Zelda?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, Zelda's not a girl.
Link's
dumb.
the
Drink some
princess.
more.
Sheik is Link. I think for me, I gotta agree with Byrne though. I gotta agree with Byrne across the board. It's very situational. It depends on what game I'm in the mood for, and I think that it's not something. Sometimes you just want to be told where to go. Sometimes like a video game. What?
Depends on what I'm in the mood for. Sometimes I just like to be told what to do. Sometimes I like to tell you what to do instead.
This is not going to end well for you today, Chef.
Nope. I think a game like The Last of Us was incredibly linear, but still very exciting along the way. I didn't mind not having choice in that game. I kind of wanted it. I could make some arguments for it. But, bing. I could make some arguments for it, but I think that ultimately it just depends on whatever I'm in the mood for. So, let's open up the lines. Zista, thank you so much for your call, but let's open up the lines one more time and get another caller in here and keep the show moving. So, caller, you're on the line with Gamebreaker After Dark. Tell us your name, tell us where you're from, tell us your question.
Hi, I'm Zubair from Surface, California. I don't know if you remember me from last time. My question is, with the Diablo 3 auction house being removed and people are used to buying it, would it host up like items for sale and stuff like that, which they did for Diablo 2, from what I heard, because I never played Diablo 2.
Can you say that one more time? Obviously, I know Diablo 3 auction house. I kind of missed what your point was with where the question was going. What was it? One more time?
Well, other sites wouldn't be hosting it and selling items anyways to players that are kind of used to it, like items.
So, yeah, I guess you're kind of wondering is even though they're deciding to pull the auction house, could that potentially cause a problem for them, because that's just going to open the door for other in-game item seller websites? Is that kind of where you're going with it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. It's
Yes.
tough. Yeah.
Is it really tough? I mean, I think yes. The answer is flat out yes. It's going to happen. How well Blizzard controls it, just look at how they controlled it as much as they could with Diablo 2, and you can guesstimate how well they're going to control it with Diablo 3. It's going to happen. They can't stop it from totally happening. It's to what degree does it impact the game? That's what's in Blizzard's court.
What is this? I mean, what does this have to do? Like, obviously, there's been a lot of complaints about the auction house system here, and a lot of people don't like kind of what it was doing to the game and the whole real money aspect of it. What is pulling it from the game? How do you feel it's going to ultimately fix it? Or is it just kind of like a temporary Band-Aid that could, as the caller kind of brings up, cause more problems along the way?
I actually think this is good timing, as long as the expansion delivers on the initial promise of a Diablo ARPG style game, where the drop rates are nicely tuned, the amount of loot is there, there's actual incentive to keep running the same content, a more traditional ARPG. If the expansion is well tuned to that goal, I think dropping the auction house is the best thing they could do, right? I mean, it just facilitates what Diablo 2 was all about can they capture that with Diablo 3? If the expansion doesn't deliver on that ARPG promise, I think dropping the auction house holds not much of a benefit besides some PR and maybe some people that drop the game, like myself. I haven't played it in a long time because, to me, it was a huge turnoff to just be able to buy it if I really wanted to. And so there is an incentive there for somebody like me to jump back in and play it a little bit. I'm certainly a lot more interested now, Chef, to go back a few episodes, certainly much more interested now in purchasing the expansion on release date than I was a number of episodes when you and I talked about this. So there is a small incentive there already for players like me that dropped it, not specifically for the auction house, but it was a deciding factor.
Kiggles, do you have any thoughts on the Diablo 3 auction house?
Yeah, good riddance.
Amen.
So what do you guys think? Let's see here. Miguel Devora actually brought this up on Twitter. He said, do you think that the Diablo 3 losing the auction house next year, does this mean that the PC version will be able to make an offline mode? Because that was a lot of what people were saying was the only reason why it needed to constantly be online was because of the existence of the real money auction house. With the removal of this, is that necessary anymore?
It's not necessary, but I don't see Blizzard taking it away. I know you cut to me, but that's all I got on that one. You can cut to me, but what's the incentive to take it away? At this point, does taking it away gain them an audience that they don't already have?
It's just, God, I hate this even with Hearthstone, because I've thought about this, and Hearthstone's a really fun game to play, especially when it comes out eventually on the iPad. It'll be great to play mobily. But one of the places where I'd love to play it the most is a fucking plane. And I'm not going to be able to because I can't connect to the internet. So I hate that we're kind of becoming into this age where things always have to check if they're online. I mean, that's what happened with the Xbox, and people hated that. And Xbox had to end up changing it and recalling it. And I'm not saying that Blizzard has to change because of that, but it's frustrating because it's just, what if you're stuck in a situation where you don't have the most optimal of internet and it causes problems with playing? It makes it, to me, it always makes it a little bit more frustrating.
I agree with you on Hearthstone. I would like to be able to play certain modes of that online and offline. But I just think with Diablo 3, it's so ingrained now in the architecture that there's probably items sitting on either side of that right now that would actually be a pretty substantial overhaul, and they don't need to take it away. They're not having a huge benefit. I just don't see that going anywhere when the auction house does.
You want to hear a big secret?
Yes.
I never played offline on Diablo 2, so I don't think this is a big problem.
Do you think that's going to... Go ahead.
It's a multiplayer game. I don't see the point. See, I don't see the point in playing that game without other people. I don't play it unless I have 2 or 3 other friends to go run dungeons with. It's just not worth it to me.
See, that's wild, because I never played Diablo 2 online. I don't play Torchlight 2 online. And I think Diablo 3, the couple of times that I jumped into multiplayer, it was very small. It was like me calling Kiggles, and we jump in, we play for an hour, and that's it. I was never real hardcore multiplayer into it. That's why the online and the auction house were kind of a turnoff for me with D3, because that wasn't the way I played D2.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I also think that I mean, if you're paying however many dollars, I don't know, I didn't pay for it because I got it free with the year subscription of WoW, which I'm sure many people did. I feel like if you're spending that much money on it, you should get the option of playing it offline. It's just, that seems wild to me. I don't see a problem with this, but that's just it's just one queen's opinion.
Well, you got to have a more abrasive opinion. You're not supposed to just sit there and be complacent about it.
Here's the best part about doing the show with Kiggles. You always know when he's done talking. Well, because this is what I think about Diablo 3, and this, and this, and this.
Done.
You can time it perfectly. Awesome.
All right, let's move on. But before we do, I want to tell you guys, obviously we're on the topic of Diablo, so why not tell you guys about a great service that we have here as a sponsor, known as Audible, and Audible actually has
I
Diablo,
thought we were
a single
sponsored by the auction house for a minute.
sponsored by Diablo Auction House. No, sponsored by Audible, and there's actually a Diablo 3 audiobook that is available on Audible right now called The Order. And I actually know nothing about this book, and it's kind of exciting. I might have to go download it and use it for my Audible account. So let's just listen to a quick sample. If we can get this to actually work.
Out of the sand in the distance like jagged teeth, their tops ending abruptly as if snapped off by something inhuman. That could be so, Deckard Cain thought, if this was in fact the entrance to the ancient ruins of the Vigeri repository. He could only imagine what sort of horrors might have visited this place in years past, looking for sorcerer's blood.
Not gonna lie, I only recognize the word Deckard Cain. But if I went and listened to that book, I bet you I would know a whole lot more about the Diablo lore. It's a great, amazing service that you guys should go check out. And if you guys head over to audible.com/Gamebreaker, you can sign up for a free 30-day trial, and you can get a free audiobook, so you can be listening to Diablo The Order right now. No risk required. You can cancel before it even lapses and not pay a dime. Get some stuff for free.
Remember, kids, no glove, no love.
No risk required. No risk required. You don't have to put your life on the line for these audiobooks.
You don't want to.
You can learn more about Diablo, Lord of Terror. I don't even know what voice that was. Don't cut to me. I don't need it.
Head over and check it out, audible.com/Gamebreaker. Sign up for a free trial right now. All right, let's open up the lines and get to another caller. Caller, you're on the line with Gamebreaker After Dark. Tell us your name, tell us where you're from.
I think what he meant was risk-free.
Hey guys, this is Aris Miskell from chat, Robert in Utah.
How's it going, Robert?
I was just going in. I'm good. How you guys?
Good, man. How are you? I just asked that. I'm hearing myself on a loop, so I'm getting confused.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
It's okay.
Both of you.
Are you even drinking today, Mike?
I should have been, but no, I have not.
Oh, so you
No,
don't
he's
even have
taking
that
no
excuse.
risks
What's your
today.
excuse?
No risks.
My excuse is Gary's coffee. Gary's lukewarm, gross coffee was too strong.
Nice. Yeah. All right. So yeah, I was calling in because I wanted to hear mostly. I mean, I don't know about Kiggles because I wasn't expecting him, but Byrne can basically go hang out in a corner somewhere because I know he's mostly just a Final Fantasy.
Whoa!
World of Warcraft.
Whoa!
That's all you're good for, Byrne. You're just the Final Fantasy guy. Go sit in the corner.
Just kidding, Byrne.
Before I address that comment, no, RS, no. We're stopping there for a second. We'll get back to your question in just a second here.
All right.
One of the things, can you put the quad box back up there, Chef, just for a second? One of the things I really like about this when I'm watching the screen is that when you look at the monitor, it looks like you're looking at me when you talk to me on the quad box. So I just noticed that it's like you looking directly at me. What is? See. All right, I got it.
What's he? Okay, gosh. God,
no. Anyway, all I'm good for is Final Fantasy. Okay, because I don't play WoW every day. That's all I'm good for. Come on, man. I have played, written about, and discussed almost every game on the planet. I've got almost 35 consoles against the wall here with 3,000 games. I don't play WoW every day, RS. I'm sorry, big guy. I love you. Don't do that to me on this show.
You ain't worth crap if you don't play WoW. That's the extent of it.
Oh, but I'm sorry. The question is not about Final Fantasy. But then I'm just.
Have you heard? WoW is dead.
I'm gonna sit this shit out.
I'll make Final Fantasy one just for you. How are you liking the new game?
Oh, it's fantastic, except for the fact that I can't get in. Thanks for bringing up a soft, sore spot there from earlier today. I can't give this company my money.
Do you hear that? It's the world's smallest violin.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, this question isn't really directed towards Byrne at all because I know he doesn't really play that much. But what's your feelings on 5.4 so far? Because honestly, I'm pretty disappointed. Like the Isle of Time timeless isle, kind of boring in my opinion. Like there's a lot to do, but it's pretty just like go kill this guy, go kill this guy, go kill this guy. That's all I'm doing so far. And as for the Siege of Orgrimmar, like I was really hoping it was going to be pretty epic, and it's kind of not.
How far have you gotten in it?
I mean, I've gotten pretty far. I got to I forgot the name of the boss. Not far. I mean, but so far what I've seen hasn't been very. No, not LFR. LFR's not yet.
What the LFR came out today, didn't it?
Maybe it did. I have a job. Just got home.
Okay.
Don't get me started on LFR. Oh, do not get me started, honey.
So did you do hang on real quick before Kiggles goes off, did you do flex or did you do normal?
Just flex.
He flexed on it.
Okay, Kiggles, I'm gonna throw this to you before I get into this because I know you've actually, I think you've probably played more 5.4 than I have at this point, but I've still got an opinion. But I'm gonna throw this one to you.
I've done all of the things except for heroic.
I bet you have, sweetheart.
Wait, before we start, I have to get my one thing on here. Wait. Ready? This is my lore hair.
What?
Oh, there you go.
He's got like 7 wigs. Oh,
my lore hair. You like it?
Wow. Someone came prepared. So 5.4.
Oh,
I can just see him like 30 minutes before the show setting up all these wigs.
Josh, how's Blizzard treating you? Is it going well?
Oh, I love it. Have you seen all my tweets? Everyone on the WoW forum sucks ass because they're all assholes. You're killing me.
So Josh, how's 5.4 going for you? Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, it's great. I had to do this post about Garrosh, you know, because he's a... I don't know. I was going to use a bad term.
You can't use bad terms, Josh. You're an official Blizzard representative at this point, and anything you say or do comes back to Blizzard's name, so you need to watch your mouth.
This is absolutely horrendous. I hate this patch. It's stupid.
Why is that?
Can I come back to Gamebreaker?
Why do you hate patch 5.4?
Because LFR should just go away.
What's your beef with LFR?
Okay, so I'm gonna be Kiggles again.
It's too important. This is too important to be lore.
This is too important. All right, here's the deal. Flex is awesome because it gives you a chance to actually do the actual fights in preparation for normals. Because we did the second 4 bosses of Flex right before I came on, and it was fun. I enjoy it because I get to play with people who aren't normally in my normal 10-man, and LFR is just a waste of my time. Here are Kiggles' rules to raiding. Ready? Rule 1. You pull the trash. You don't skip trash because stupid people are going to pull it when you wipe on things. Number 2, don't stand in shit. But people don't remember those rules because they're stupid. Looking for raid is stupid.
Okay, so you don't like looking for raid, and that's fine. But why does that reflect entirely on patch 5.4?
It doesn't. I actually totally enjoy the.
This whole patch sucks because I hate LFR, but everything other than LFR has been great.
That was lore, dude. He just left. This is Kiggles now. Okay?
Oh, sorry, I forgot.
I know we may sound the same, but we're different people. See,
my apologies.
Much shorter.
All right. So, what do you think about this? The timeless isle thing. I think I can agree with that. It feels like you're basically just running in a circuit. After a while, the mystique of like, what's gonna happen here begins to wear off. You get the idea of these random events, and I think the problem is that it's self-contained to a single isle. It's not very big in terms of scope. So eventually, yeah, just like daily quests, you start to understand the way things are working. But I think that it's a much more dynamic way that it's presented, and I get excited over it. And I don't want to say that Timeless Isles are bad, because I actually really enjoy them. But I think that what's really exciting here is if they can learn how to execute the Timeless Isles into the next expansion while we're playing across all these new zones that we're going to be playing. And like I said before, I don't know if they could pull it off, but if that could be our entire questing experience, that would be great. That would be phenomenal. And I'm more excited by the potential of what the Timeless Isle shows than the Timeless Isle itself. This is their first attempt to do something like this. They're not going to get it perfect on the first iteration, but I don't think it's a bad first attempt. I think it's actually, I'd say it's about 90% awesomeness.
90% awesomeness. Was that to avoid another food term? I classify this as a 9 out of 10 strawberry cupcakes.
Yes. This is 5 forks. This expensive.
5 forks in a garbage disposal. No, so here's my take on 5.4, and okay, so RS is right. I don't play a ton of WoW. Just to bring you up to date, I haven't played WoW since Mogushon Vaults came out and was a relevant hard raid. So it's been quite some time, but it has at least been in Pandaria. 5.4 I was really disappointed in. Legitimately really disappointed, but probably for a different reason than you think. I watch a lot and read a lot of Conspiracy Craft, right? Missy's show on Gamebreaker, which needs to come back. I like it in written form, but get back on the camera there. I got confused, though. I thought that show was a lore show, and so I was like, man, this storyline is amazing. As I'm listening to them discuss everything that was going on and reading what she's writing, I'm like, this is freaking incredible. Blizz is doing amazing stuff, and it was like every week it was Mediv. Oh, that he's back. I gotta listen to this, man. Kara was my shit, and so I'm like loving this. And then 5.4 comes out, and I'm like, this is gonna be incredible. And then I read what happens, and I'm like, the Conspiracy Craft wasn't. I thought they were telling me the story of the lore, not like investigating all these other things. And I was
you know the definition of a conspiracy, right? Conspiracy.
Don't bring logic into this, okay? I don't want any of your damn logic. It is 1 in the morning on the East Coast. Don't give me that shit.
Are you picking out a picture of conspiracy on Shutterstock.com? Is there a book on conspiracy?
There might be. There might be a book on conspiracy on Audible. Let's check it out. Conspiracy. I bet. What was that movie? It was called not The Wire. With Sandra Bullock. I don't remember, but we're gonna just move on.
It was fucking called Conspiracy Theory.
Well, that was with Sandra Bullock and I guess like Sandra Bullock and Mel Gibson. That was called Conspiracy Theory. So, but that wasn't the one I was thinking of. The Net. I was thinking of the Net.
Movie with that stuff.
What was that one about the conspiracy with Sandra Bullock? They were talking about theories, and
there's a lot of conspiracy in there. I don't know. I don't think that 5.4.
The long and the short of that, from my point of view, is that Missy should probably be a writer for Blizz, because she was writing some amazing stuff, and I was like, I gotta resub to this shit, and then it was.
Missy just ran around her house squealing over that idea. I bet if I watch chat, we're gonna see her being like, yes.
She's got a very deep voice for a lady. Can we switch voices?
She got really excited.
Is that her voice?
Let's go ahead.
Does that make you happy? Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
Ooh.
Let's go ahead. I was right about Garrosh and the War Chief. Just saying. That's right. Hey, Missy. I wasn't saying you were wrong. I'm just saying. I don't know what I'm saying.
By the way, this patch should not be called The Siege of Orgrimmar, okay? It should be called Revenge of Gammon. God damn it.
That one went over my head.
Yeah.
You haven't played it, have you? No, because you've just been getting too angry. You've just been getting too angry in Proving Grounds.
I beat the damn thing. For the record, I've got a video that's coming out. Everyone applaud the fact that I finally beat Proving Grounds Gold mode, because I'm proud of myself. God damn it.
Here's to you. Cheers.
All right, let's go ahead and open up the lines and get the show moving again. Caller, you're on the line with Gamebreaker After Dark. Tell us your name, tell us where you're from, tell us your question.
Hello, this is Mohammed from Saudi Arabia.
Hello.
Today my question is not going to be about Diablo.
Not about. Oh, okay. All right. Good. Because
why we can actually answer it today.
Yeah, we're set up for it this time.
Well, the answer that Mike gave me was a little. It was good.
Which
But
Mike?
that's great.
Wait, which Mike?
Which one?
Mike Shaflet. Mike is sitting there. Mike Will is just sitting there talking in chat while I'm asking Mike question. It's like, I don't want to answer Diablo. It's bad.
So what's your question for us this week?
Well, you guys have been having guests lately. Mike Byrne was a guest. Now you guys have Kiggles, which is a permanently host now. And you guys had Pat Krane.
Wait, hold on. We never said this was permanent.
You had some other guy.
I still have to get an okay about that. I might be too crazy for this show.
I don't know if anyone can handle Kiggles. So guests.
And my question is, are you guys going to bring more guests? I want Coltrane. Can you guys bring Coltrane for After Dark?
So I think first off, Coltrane I would love to bring on here, and even if it's a Foursquare kind of situation, he's got such a great personality. He'd be great to have and a lot of fun. I would love to do that. Here's honestly, I'm going to take a break just because I think this is probably more directed at me since I've kind of been the anchor of this show. I ultimately
that's the way I see you, Mike. I see you as our
I'm
anchor.
the anchor. I'm Ron Burgundy.
You are our Rock of Gibraltar.
Just call me Ron Burgundy.
You know what San Diego means?
So here. Let me know what you guys think, because I've got a couple connections and I've tried pushing this. I haven't got anything to happen yet, but I really want to try and do this. After Dark is such a great forum for you guys to call in and ask questions, but I've got a couple connections and I know some people that are other big YouTube talent. I did a lot of work with the Epic Mealtime guys. I do know Freddie and some of the Corridor people. I have people that are very popular YouTube channels.
Pick up those names you're dropping.
Oh my God! Here, let me go get those for you. Oh, they're so heavy.
I'm not even trying to like stroke an ego here. What I'm saying is I've always thought it would be really cool to be able to reach out to them and get them to come on the show, because those are people that I respect. I've got a lot of questions for, and I would love to have them on the show and bring them on to make it about like, hey, like call and ask them whatever you want to hear. And that's always been an idea of mine, of a direction to take After Dark. I know it's kind of like the forum where you guys call in, you guys ask us questions about video games, but I think it can be more than that. This is a call-in talk show. It's not just call in and talk to us. It's a talk show. And I think that there's opportunity to bring guests like that in to do something fun like that. And I don't know. I haven't been watching chat. I think that'd be really fun.
He was like, these are people I respect, unlike the people I'm forced to host this show with.
Yeah. What do you mean? Here, this is what I have. This is who I want on the show. Ready? Tell me who this is from YouTube. Ready? Calling all the basic bitches. Calling all the basic bitches.
He's like, these are the people I respect, unlike the people Gary told me I had to do the show with.
These are the people that got forced on me when Josh and Darnell left, and now I'm like, fuck, I need to find.
What are you talking about?
So I don't know. I haven't been watching chat at all. Let me know in the comments of this video if you guys would want to see that. I don't know how I'd make it happen, but I think it could be fun. It's a really cool service. I don't know many other people on the internet that do live call-in shows like this. So I don't know. Let me know, and if you guys want to see it, I'll try and make it happen. Hi, Josh. Let's go ahead and open up the lines. But before I do, we already talked about Grand Theft Auto. And I want to bring up something really cool in Grand Theft Auto. Obviously, Grand Theft Auto 5 is based around Los Angeles, which it's been really cool to see how they've translated Los Angeles into the game, and specifically one of the places that I saw in the game that I was like, holy crap, was the Chinese Grommet. This, right now, what I did for you guys is I brought up the Chinese Grommet on Shutterstock. Or actually, no, I didn't bring up Los Angeles. I went too far with my conversation. Just Los Angeles. But first off, just the level of detail that Grand Theft Auto.
Haze.
All that smog. The level of detail that Grand Theft Auto 5 really brought to bringing, Los Angeles to life can really be seen. And pictures don't do it justice, but it really just shows in what they've done. So if I actually come over here to Shutterstock.com, which is an amazing sponsor that we have, you can find hundreds of millions of high quality stock photos, illustrations, vectors, and video clips. So if I look up Chinese theater, I should get the Chinese Grommet. Yes, there it is right there. The Chinese Grommet is actually located in GTA 5. It's been in San Andreas. They've done it in a couple places, and it's just crazy the level of detail that they got with the Grommet. And if I come over here to one of the pictures, this was from LA Noire. I couldn't find one of GTA 5. I almost took one with my phone, but I didn't. But I just love it, and it's one of the really cool parts about the game, and it's just awesome to see it come to life. And I wanted to show you guys how easy it was to when you're kind of trying to think of inspiration or find images for related things that you maybe need. Shutterstock is a great tool that can find hundreds of images just by simply typing in easy keywords. So it's that easy. Head on over to Shutterstock. By typing in Chinese theater, it knew exactly what I was looking for. I didn't even have to type in Chinese Grommet. It knew what I was looking for. So Shutterstock is a great service. Be sure to check it out. And if you guys head on over right now to Shutterstock.com, and if you guys use the offer code Gamebreaker9, you'll get 25% off your new account. Let's open up the lines and keep the show rolling. Caller, you're on the line with Gamebreaker After Dark. Tell us your name. Tell us where you're from.
Absolutely no risk required.
No risk, but we don't provide the condom. Caller, you're on the line with Gamebreaker After Dark. Tell us your name, tell us where you're from, tell us your question.
I am not drunk enough for this show tonight.
I don't think anyone is.
Nor am
I'll drink to that.
Kiggles might be, but I think Kiggles is the only one.
Hi, it's Age from Canada. So anyway, so I went to Montreal Comic Con this weekend, and Felicia was there, and there was this teenage girl in front of me in line for autographs, and when she was next, she started to cry, and I mean like cry, because I was highly like how like one person can impose such a reaction like from a role model point of view. So I was wondering, if you had one, who's a role model you highly look up to and why?
Shit.
Well, we're all American men here, so we don't show emotion. So that's all I gotta say.
Oh, I cry like a weepy bitch sometimes. I'll tell you.
I think.
Oh my God!
I told you when I told it this story on XIV Reborn earlier today. Plug for that show. XIVNation.com. Gamebreaker, great show. Gary.
You're not allowed to do the plugs.
No risk required. I told this story when I watched the endings for all the main storyline. I sat there like just like a 9-year-old with this big cheesy grin all over my face watching this damn thing. I may or may not have almost shed a tear. But if I had to say like a role model that could maybe put me on that level of crying or just being super, super emotional when I met them, I'm a bit of a dork in the respect that I do the magic, sawing women in half and the card tricks and all that jazz. And so it would probably be somebody in there. And if you've ever seen, many of you probably haven't, but Google the name Doc Eason, D-O-C, and then last name E-A-S-O-N. Tremendous close-up performer that I admire an awful lot. Performed at the Tower Restaurant and Comedy Bar in Aspen, Colorado. Fantastic performer, great magic chops, just somebody I respect as a person too. I've met him once, and it was a very emotional experience, and I would love to do that again. Nothing to do with video games. So that meets the requirements. Do I have Shaftnet's respect now? No.
No. I don't know. I think
fair enough.
I got I don't think I've ever.
Oh my god, I didn't even think of that. Umbral magic, you're right. Yoshi P. Oh, I'd lose my shit. I really would.
Wow, that was like turn of a switch suddenly.
I was not even thinking along the video games thing, and then Yoshi P would be another one if I had to go video games. Yeah, just tremendous respect for what that guy accomplished with his team. Even if it's not the best MMO in the world and shatters records, just looking at what they started with and what they finished with, tremendous programmer to programmer respect for that man.
He's got nerd cred, yo.
He does, big time.
I don't know. I think for me, I've never really sat down and I like.
Oh yes,
emotionally.
Chad, you're right. Oh, I'm sorry, Shaft.
That's
We
like
got one more.
Oh my god!
one
Just
more.
try it out, honey.
No,
Kiggles, he's squeeing all over the place.
Yeah, Nobuo Uematsu, composer, Final Fantasy series. Tremendous.
You stole mine! I hate you! We're not friends anymore!
Chat, absolutely. That's another one I'd probably cry a little
God.
bit when I'm sorry, Chef. I didn't mean to interrupt.
I better let Kiggles go. I better
Go
let
ahead.
Kiggles go so I don't steal his other one as well.
I'm done. I'm done with this whole show. Bull crap.
I think for me,
Nobuo Uematsu. I would just bow at the man's feet. He has created some of the best music for role-playing games. Just music, period. And I love classical music because, okay, ready? I don't know if all of you know this, but I am a homosexual. And homosexuals like figure skating. Okay? Right? Okay. And a lot of classical music is used in figure skating. And I don't know. Also, I love video games, but Nobuo is amazing. Amazing. I have Distant Worlds, like some of the orchestrated stuff that they did on my computer. I listen to that when I'm gaming most of the time, if I'm not listening to Disney songs.
okay. Yeah, when is that? Never? Because every time I hang
don't
out with
ever
you,
game. I'm not a gamer. No.
No, I meant listen to Disney songs. I think I had this weird experience. I think I was
Chef. Hold on, Chef.
That is the third time. The third time, Byrne. I'm trying to answer this damn question.
I'm a big fan of Felicia Day too. I don't know if I would cry, but I do like her. I think she's a beautiful person, beautiful woman, very talented actress. And of course, the geek cred helps in my book as well.
That was where this question came from.
I know, but I just had to throw that in there as mine. I apologize. I will. It's all yours. Go ahead. You're hero.
Does it make you jealous that I met her? Does it make you jealous that I met her at BlizzCon 2 years ago?
It does. I would have hugged her. Well, I would have asked first, can I hug you?
Can I hug you?
It's like the rule with cosplayers. Can I put my arm around you for a picture? You know, is that okay? I would have given her that respect too, but I would have loved to have hugged her.
He got a boner!
I will neither confirm nor deny.
I
apologize though, Chef. That was really rude.
No. I'm completely kidding. It's fine. I just wanted I wanted to yuck it up because I could.
No wait. Oh damn! I totally got one now. I totally got one. It's totally hit. It's Will Wheaton. I love that Will Wheaton. It's my favorite.
Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton. Yes. I'm sorry. That was rude of me. I apologize.
I think that was extremely rude.
It was. Kiggles, I can't believe you. You're off the show. You're off the show. You know what? Just for that, source 3.
Kiggles, that was so
player
rude, dude.
4. There, gone. That's what you get. I think for me.
Oh, Sarah Gilbert too. She is amazing.
I love
Roseanne.
her. Oh my god,
Isn't she
so
awesome? Roseanne.
Awesome. Totally. I love her.
Big Bang Theory. Incredible actress. Another one. Very pretty, very bright, very talented. Just another one.
You sure
that
you
I'd
don't
love
want to
give
hold
a
that
hug.
before I'm about to start again? Because I could go into the next one.
I would like to give her a hug. No boner implied.
Yes. Well, she doesn't like boners anyway, so you're fine.
That's true. That's true.
Done? Can I go?
No, probably not. But
Is
go
it my
ahead.
turn? Is it my turn?
No.
Now here's where Shaft names drop. I really like the epic mealtime, guys. And
We hung out this one time. It was totally awesome.
I had this really weird experience. Like there was a band that I really liked in high school called June, and I remember I went to go see them. I was in their music video, and then we went to their music video, be in their music video in Chicago, and then we drove down to St. Louis to see them in concert. And I remember I followed one of their singers around like a creepy stalker, and they went outside because they got done playing their set. They went out back, and I was like, oh hey, I'm gonna go talk to them. And I remember standing out there with him, and he was like, oh hey, the Academy is about to go play. You want to go? You don't want to miss it. They're not gonna let you back in. I'm like, no, I'm good. I came here to see you guys. I just want to talk to you. Cool, talk to me. I love you guys. And looking back on it, I was so annoying. I would have punched me in the face, and they were so tolerant of it. But I think that when I did that, and when I looked back and realized how annoying I was, I've really tried to hold back any giddiness, excitement that I get when I meet anyone, because it's so tough. Like you don't want to be in people's faces. I get that they're in public eye. They need to be ready for it. That's part of what comes with it. But God, it's got to get so annoying after a while. You're just trying to eat dinner and people walk. Dave Chappelle is a perfect example of someone who lost his fucking mind because people wouldn't stop leaving him alone. And I just feel bad.
That was a negative thing. People wouldn't stop heckling him.
They wouldn't stop
he lost his mind
quoting
again.
him.
Did you read that?
No, I didn't. Did it happen again?
Yeah, in Hartford. People, I don't know, something about white people being entitled, which I totally get, because I'm a white person and I feel entitled. Oh my God, these
way
jokes
to not combat anything there. He was just like, yeah, I totally get it, because I'm white and I'm an entitled prick.
No,
I don't
but
know.
yeah.
I just think that there are so many people, like you guys named. Nobuo Uematsu would be awesome to meet.
And we named people that everybody knows. You named the band that played. I kind of lost you. Were they playing at a high school dance? What was this?
No. I mean,
Did you want to be their roadie? You wanted to be their roadie, didn't you?
All right, whatever, fine. Fuck you guys, we're moving on.
I want to go on your bus, guys.
Let's open up the lines.
That's my chapman.
Let's open up the lines. All I'm saying is I've learned to keep my emotions in check is what I was getting at. Yeah, assholes.
Okay, right. Angry Chefnit.
Caller, you're on the line
I think
with
if I
Gamebreaker.
actually met Gary Gannon in person, I'd be a little weirded out too. I mean, I've known him for a while, but it's all virtually. If I ever met the man in person, I'd be kind of freaky.
It was a very fanboyish conversation when I went out to lunch with him for the first time. Because I was, he thought my.
Oh, imagine that! You were a creepy stalker.
Hang on, I gotta meet the caller real quick because I got one more story that I can tell. I remember because the whole reason Gary went to lunch with me in the first place was because he thought my
nonstop.
No. He thought my boss was using me to probe him about Gamebreaker when really I was just
lied.
No, I didn't say anything. All I told him was that hey, I was out of town. I really like the work that they do.
Shafnit.
I work at Mahalo.com, which was a place that he was visiting while I was out of town, and I was like, it really sucks that you were out of town because I would have loved the opportunity to meet you, but I'd love to meet up with you and meet up for lunch sometime and talk. And just see if there's anything that we could do together. He thought my boss was trying to send me out to probe what Gamebreaker was and see if there was a business deal. That was the only reason I got a conversation with him. But
sneaky son of
but
he's playing the long con, everyone.
I didn't even know.
He's gotten into the Gamebreaker hierarchy, bringing it down from the inside, everyone. I'm on to you.
If this doesn't work, guys, I got a FedEx costume in the car. I'm gonna put that on and deliver a package to the Gamebreaker studios.
Chefnit.
I'll get Gary to sign. I'll talk to him for a few minutes. He'll definitely hire me, guys.
So speaking of costumes, guess what? I have a costume for you for next BlizzCon. Ready?
Oh God.
Oh God.
It's a dress.
That's a very Gamebreaker themed dress. Too.
It is.
Yes, it is.
Did you get that from the Gamebreaker store?
I got it when I got the wigs.
Let's open up the lines and finish up this show. Caller L91 Gamebreaker After Dark. Tell us your name, tell us where you're from, tell us your question.
Oh, I'm gonna fall off the chair.
You know Mike. You nothing Calicanis?
Yes, unfortunately. I can't go into detail because I signed a contract that I'm not allowed to talk about, but yes, I knew him. And it was awful.
Okay. Yeah, this is Night Chicken. Hey, I'm glad you had me muted while y'all were going up. I've been cracking up the entire last caller.
So now I'm interested. How do you know about? Now I got other questions for you about how you knew about Calcanus yourself. But let's not get into that. Let's get into your question.
About Calcanus? Because I was around when Mahalo first started.
Did you work for it?
No, I was one of their fans.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Did you? All right. So then, what do you got? What do you got for us then?
Boy, that
today?
just landed into all shades of awkward as hell.
Oh, hey, look. Pretend this is a name. Ready? Hi, my name is Mike Shrapnel.
I'm contractually obligated that I can't say anything about that company anymore.
Well, then perhaps you should stop asking questions.
He's just probing him. He likes probing things. Haven't you realized this?
So,
okay.
What do you got? What do you got for us?
Earlier today, Kiggles was on Mumble begging somebody to call in about LFR and all that stuff, but that's not what I called it. During the pre-show, what made me actually just immediately hit the Skype call-in was Byrne said something about Shin Megami Tensei being sold, and that is one of my favorite game series, you know, the Persona series in particular. And so, really, I just said, when I called in, like, yeah, I just wanted to talk about that. That's what my question is.
I think I don't know anything about this, so Byrne, I'm going to throw it over to you.
Deal. It kind of broke right before we went live, not long before we went live, Shaft. Sega purchased Atlus, or Atlus's parent company to be exact, for about 141 million USD, which is like some billion absurd number of yen, like 140 billion yen or something like that. And Atlus is the company that does some pretty off-the-wall, if you're not familiar with them, some pretty off-the-wall JRPG-inspired type games that they can cover some dark areas, particularly like he'd mentioned Persona, the Shin Megami Tensei series, very, very unique, niche type titles, but very good at what they do. Very, very good at what they do. So there is my concern, and I haven't had a chance to surf and see other people's opinions yet, but immediately it kind of brings to mind like what's going to happen with those niche titles, because Sega traditionally doesn't let those niche titles survive all that much. So I'm a little bit worried about them. I enjoy every single game. And Atlus has created some really weird stuff. So go and take a look at like things like Rhapsody for the PlayStation 1, an RPG where the characters use special moves like pancakes and flan dropping on monsters. Just really wild stuff that's a lot of fun and very old school. It's going to be interesting. I think you'll see Shin Megami Tensei continue. I know you'll see Persona continue. But some of the other small titles, it's going to look dicey for those, and I don't know how long the Atlus brand is still going to be viable as its own brand. So kind of scary for us fans of those niche titles.
Mr. Mike Byrne.
Oh, Chef.
Oh, Byrne. Do you think another one?
Yes, I was thinking about other heroes, and I didn't have it.
Oh. Can I introduce your Twitter now?
You may. No risk required to follow me on Twitter.
No risk required to follow Magic Man with 2 N's and a 1 on Twitter, so be sure to do that. Check him over on XIV, where he hosts that. He also helps write and produce XIV Waypoint, so be sure to check that out. Usually goes out on Friday.
Gamebreaker.tv, all that stuff.
All over the place. Be sure to check him out. Thank you so much for being on the show. I'm losing it. And well, Mr. Snape. You can follow Mr. Snape down there at Zach Schultz.
Snape. Severus Snape.
Hey, you kind of look like the lead singer of Academy is. Oh, God. Kiggles, thank you so much for...
Are you going to be all weird and creepy with me? Get off my balls, Mike Shaftnit. Okay, thank you. You have a girlfriend. God damn it. And I like her.
Follow Kiggles right down there at the Zach Schultz. Follow all his antics. Check him out. Come hang out and Mumble, Zista's fan club chat Mumble, and you can get all the Kiggles you want every day, all day. Be sure to follow me right down here at Mike Shabnett. Check out Gamebreaker TV for all of the awesome stuff that I do. Waypoints. Catch me over on Legendary, as well as this show. We go live every Tuesday at 9 p.m. PDT, where you guys can call in live. And we need your calls to make this show possible. So please, if you guys haven't called in live, please do so, as we need your calls. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to check us out over at Gamebreaker.tv, as well as all of our other sites. Holy cow, we're launching so many. EQ Nation, Hearth Nation, Cube Nation, nations across the board, and I don't know how much I can say.
Is there a nation yet?
Is
there a nation?
Let's just say I think Gamebreaker Nation is a lot sooner than you guys
What about
might
a June
think.
nation for all us June fans out there?
Fuck you, Kiggles.
Oh my god!